In today's video, we're going to run through the full process on servicing this 6HP26X transmission. Now this is the same for Ford, Land Rover and all BMW series that use the 6HP26 transmission. Mine luckily already has a steel sump on it, so someone has done some work to this. So we're replacing the main filter, gasket and the Mechatronic sleeves and seals in there. So let's get to it. Now it's obviously going to be a little bit easier and quicker for me because I've got this out of the vehicle already. So I'm going to roll this over and do it from the underside. Much easier than doing it in the car. But it's going to be the same process, and we will be getting to that torque converter later on. I've got to replace the seal and stuff in there. Okay, so we're securing the gear shift lever all the way back with a cable tie. So if you haven't already, you've got to drain your transmission through that one there. So mine is a T27 socket, and we're going to crack all these loose by hand and then remove them. You want to make sure you clean all this surface up first because you don't want anything falling inside and damaging anything internally. All my bolts are soaking in some degreaser. Okay, so first inspections, that pan looks awfully clean. Quick visual inspection, you can just have a look in your magnets here to see how much you've got. I'll just get the torch. I honestly don't have much on there, so I doubt that this filter was changed too long ago. The rest of the pan looks pretty good. So we'll clean this up and we'll jump it in the gearbox. Okay, so we've got our sump all cleaned up inside. This one was very clean. And we've got our magnets removed. We can just clean those up with a rag real quick. Make them look like new again. Now just to note, that has a little indent on the bottom. I'm putting that to the bottom. Okay, so to get this seal out from here, this is that main plug, the bulk connector that goes in to control the transmission. We need to pop this little guy up here. So with that clip popped up, we can just jiggle this one out. Comes out just like so. Now we can take out the main filter just by releasing upwards. Okay, be very gentle while removing that seal. I recommend just getting in there and prying up a little bit very gently so we don't damage the sealing surface. Next up is the bigger bolts only, and they are a T40. So we've got to crack the 3 at the front here loose, and the various ones around here is about 10 in total. Be mindful not to mix up your bolts. These ones here are shorter than the rest of them. Good visual inspection, just to see how much service material we've got protruding, which this one looks like plenty. I think this has been done pretty recently by the look of it, but that's okay, we didn't know that. Sometimes they split between and things like that. So yeah, replacing that. So very gently, we do not want to scratch this surface. Right, there's one. We're just going to compare that to our new ones to make sure we get the right length. Just for comparison, you can kind of see that the old one is very well compressed and the new one is nice and new and protruding out like it should. So that's why you want to replace that. This one dries up and crumbles as well, whereas this one's a bit more flexible. So we'll fit that up now, making sure that little indent goes downwards. Could have sort of tried to trip me up there. It has a new tag on here that this doesn't have. So make sure that's in place like so. Just slapping the new one down like that. Okay, so I've chosen Penrite oil over genuine oil because I just don't know what this transmission's like. It drove nearly 2 hours home perfectly fine, so I don't want to go dumping $500 worth of oil just to find out that it's no good. So I went for this option. I got it for about 200 bucks. It is the Penrite brand of ATF BMV 020, and I'm just going to use a little bit of that to lubricate the new seals we've just installed along here. A little bit on the bridge seal there. On the Mechatronics unit, just clean and inspect your seat surfaces for any damage or anything and repair as necessary. So our Mechatronics unit can go back in. Be mindful to line up the shifter position. Okay, so working from inside to outside, these are a 6mm bolt and they were torquing them up to 8 Newton meters. Alrighty, it's going to be a bit hard to see. We've got a new sleeve here. Just lubricated up with some oil, some fresh transmission oil. Now, you've got a little slot in the side there we have to line up. Mine just went straight in, some twist in from what I've seen, videos I've seen. So it takes quite a bit of force to get that in. Once it's in all the way, you need to make sure it's definitely in all the way, otherwise it'll leak. You'll feel kind of a thud, and we can push that tab down. Next up, I'm going to clean a bit of brake clean and a rag around here. It's harder stuff, just use a bit of a scraper, gently work it off. New filter, and we've just oiled up again with some transmission fluid, that seal on the top there. So we can flip that over and fit that. Okay, so new gasket on first. Freshly cleaned pan. Couldn't find the torque spec on these, so I'm just going to go 8 Newton meters, and again they are a T27. Okay, so that's a basic procedure of replacing the filter and seals internally in here. Now, yours would obviously be up the other way, and you could start to fill this thing up through this plug here until it runs out. Now, it's about 8 to 10 litres from what I've read up. These things take, it might be a tad more with the steel pan. So, yeah, you'd fill this thing up until it runs out, cap it back up, shift it through some gears, and then return to filling it back up because it's going to use up a little bit through the gears and moving all this thing around. But here, we're going to go a step further. We're going to remove the torque converter and do the front input seal on that. Right, so we've got cardboard down because we're most likely going to get oil everywhere when we pull this off. Now, I did cable tie this in place a while back just to stop that from falling out. So just want to make sure that's all the way back. And then we want to take, with our verniers, we want to measure before we remove it, just on a point that we remember to mark where I'm measuring from. So we want this to be back all the way, otherwise we can damage the torque converter and the gearbox if we don't when we try and bolt this thing back up. Wow, that's heavy. So it looks to be that it was actually the rear main leaking, which is okay. There's no signs of oil except for that dripping now, that since I've removed it. That is actually showing a pattern of oil out here, so that's okay. We'll do it anyway. We've done the remain anyway as well, so that's fine. First, I did actually verify just beforehand. This is sitting flush, so we want to put it back in flush. So here's our new seal. It can be quite difficult to get in there and pull it out without scratching anything. So what I normally like to do is take a picker tool and gently go in the middle. You should still have some metal in there. Just tap a hole. Then we take a little screw here and we screw it in. We don't want that messing up our sealing surface, so I'm not going to go in too far. There we go. That is where a slide hammer is needed. Now we're just cleaning the sealing surface, where that sits. Going through my steel tube collection, I cannot find anything that fits that dimension, because we need to get all the way down in there and tap it in, so we're going to struggle, I reckon. So a little bit of timber helped to just sort of sit around on the edge and tap it like so. Send it home and then just running the finger across, making sure that there's no high spots, which it feels really good. Always inspect the shaft for any wear, signs of wear or anything like a speedy sleeve is needed. This one looks really good. So just a little bit on your fingers, enough just to lubricate that seal. Then we verify it's in all the way with that measurement we made earlier, and that is absolutely perfect. Okay, so there you have it. That's the main process on servicing one of these 6 HP 26 transmissions. Again, it's the same for the Falcons, the BMWs, and I think it's Land Rovers, Defenders or something that have these transmissions, the 6-speed. They use the same gaskets and things like that. Some places say you can't, some places say you can. The gasket kit I ordered was for a Territory, I'm pretty sure, and it all fits up fine. So obviously I'm not going to fill this thing up like you normally would when it's in the vehicle and run it through all the gears just here yet. So that's just the main process covered here today. It's pretty self-explanatory. Fill this thing up through the Allen key fill hole on the side here until it runs out, then start it up, run it through the gears a few times, and then check it while it's hot and top that fluid up as need be. And doing that torque converter front input seal was quite easy, so it's there in the video if you guys need. But anyway, hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, definitely give it a like, share it around. And in case you're new here or you don't know what we're doing, we're putting a BMW M57 turbo diesel engine into a 105 series Toyota Land Cruiser. So we're using the transmission here. We're getting rid of the X-Drive system out of the BMW off the back, that is their transfer case, and we're replacing it with the Toyota's transfer case with an adapter through ASL mods. And here is the M57 that we've been building. You can see everything's pretty much on it. I've got to do a front input seal and a couple of other bits and bobs here, but we can get that gearbox fitted back up to it and get it running back in our stand with the standalone ECU setup. So I'll be covering all that here very soon, so definitely stay tuned. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you guys don't miss out on anything. I'll catch you in the next one.